Ailin Perez picked up a victory over Daria Zhelezhnykova over the weekend, and she's been calling out Tracy Cortez. But Perez missed weight at 135, and now she's calling out somebody at 125. That could be considered bad taste. She's been accused of that in the past, like twerking in her opponent's face after beating her, but she does have her fair share of fans, like UFC bantamweight champion Merab Dvalishvili. Do you like Ailin Perez? Yes or no? Let me know. Comment below. Ian Gary gets his son to do a Colby Covington impression.
Como faz Colby Covington? Just running away.
Colby versus Ian Gary would be a good fight to make. They have some bad blood. It'd be an interesting stylistic matchup, and they're close together in the rankings. Colby number 5, Ian Gary number 7. Adesanya says he wants to fight one more time before the end of the year. Two names that come to mind are Imavov and Borracho because Strickland wants to fight DDP. Whitaker's fighting Hamza, leaving Imavov and Borracho as the highest ranked guys for him to fight, number 4 and number 5. And two guys we haven't seen him fight yet, so those would be fresh matchups. Renato Moicano's ranked number 11. He just beat number 12, Benoit Saint Denis. Moicano's making a case that he should be ranked number 6. He argues that he's on a 6-fight win streak with 5 stoppages. Number 10, Max Holloway, is not a lightweight. Number 9, Fiziev, gone a year without fighting. Number 8, Gamrot's coming off a loss. Number 7, Dariush is coming off 2 losses. And number 6, Michael Chandler, has gone 2 years without fighting. I mean, he makes some decent arguments, and I like Moicano, but I just feel if you beat the guy ranked below you, you shouldn't move up 6 spots. Ultimately, the panelists doing the rankings agreed because when the new rankings came out Tuesday morning, Renato Moicano remained at number 11 and Benoit Saint Denis remained at number 12. Good marketing campaign and conversation started by Renato Moicano, but ultimately he stays in the same spot. Guys he's talked about fighting next include Dan Hooker and Paddy Pimblett. That's the first time I've seen somebody destroy their opponent and don't go up in the rankings. I guess MMA journalists love Macron too. Ariel Helwani is supportive of Renato. Forget the rankings. Pretty sure they're run by bots, and the 8 ranked guys fighting for the belt Saturday, they mean nothing. You're the uncrowned people's champ. The 8th ranked guy he'd be talking about is Khalil Roundtree Jr. fighting for the belt Saturday night. Moicano's also not done trashing France. Go to France, no bonus. France USADA tries to F me up on the weigh-ins. France government takes a lot of my money. And Dan Hooker remains number 5 in the lightweight rankings, despite Renato's protest against it.
They give me Dan Hooker is money, I know. I don't know how he's on the fucking top 5 or top 6. That's unbelievable. That's is like to see a turtle in a tree. Have you seen a turtle in a tree? Have you seen a turtle? Yes. I'd be like, how did he get that? Exactly. Somebody put him there. That's the whole thing, you know. He didn't climb the tree, but he's on the tree. So if they want to give me an easy pass for the title shot, Dan Hooker is easy money. Imagine if I take him down, what I'm gonna do to him. He has no ground game.
Trey Ogden will be taking on Thiago Moises January 11th at the UFC Apex in Vegas. Aldo Harrison, Pena, and Pereira. You got a couple live underdogs there with Jose Aldo and Juliana Pena. Kamaru Usman is picking Khalil Roundtree Jr. to shock the world and knock out Alex Pereira. I'm picking Pereira. I don't think I would be shocked though if Roundtree won because he has knockout power. Alex Pereira does leave himself open to be hit. He has been knocked out in the UFC. That being said, picking Pereira, round 2 TKO. Who do you think wins and how? Let me know in the comments below. And Pereira also believes that he's going to be part of Dana White's boxing promotion. I could believe that. He's a big name that people really like to watch fight, so I could definitely see that happening. UFC 307 press conference on Thursday has all the fighters from the main card on. I think it's going to be pretty respectful between Khalil Roundtree and Alex Pereira. There may be an argument between Pennington and Pena. Pena will probably say something. Pennington will probably react. Same thing happened at Pennington's last press conference with Mayra Bueno Silva. The fight itself was bad, which was why a lot of people were surprised that the UFC used that as the free fight to promote Pennington's bout on Saturday. Why waste YouTube server space with this? One of the most boring fights I've ever watched live. Adesanya versus Romero looks like fight of the year compared to this. Why the F would they repost this? Nobody wants to remember this shit. Back in 2015, Anderson Silva predicted that Khalil Roundtree would become a UFC champion. That'd be a hell of a prediction if it does come true Saturday night in the main event. Khalil is a pretty big underdog in that one. Pretty big underdogs have been cashing on Dana White's Contender Series. It returns tonight with 5 fights, a variety of nationalities being represented, and you have Torres Finney from the United States getting his 3rd crack at the Contender Series. He won 2 times, it was rejected. Will he get rejected a 3rd time if he wins? That'll be part of the drama of this show, which is actually really entertaining. Every fight is pretty insane. Khabib Nurmagomedov reiterates that he won't be returning to fighting. I guess he's asked that every time he does an interview, but he has no reason to come back. He retired on top. One of the greatest retirements in UFC history, maybe the greatest retirement in UFC history. I put GSP's retirement up there as well. Who do you think had the best retirement in UFC history? Let me know in the comments. The next big MMA retirement, I think, is going to be Jon Jones. This is him training for his fight with Stipe November 16th, UFC 309 in Madison Square Garden, New York City. It will be interesting to see how Stipe does because he hasn't fought in over 3 years when he was knocked out brutally by Francis Ngannou. He has not been active at all in the latter stages of his career. He only fought 3 times in the last 5 years, and they were all against Daniel Cormier. And he is 42 years old now. Ultimately, I see this being a double retirement fight. I think Jones wins, retires, and then Stipe also ends up retiring, so Jones vacates the belt. Tom Aspinall gets the belt. I would favor Tom Aspinall against every heavyweight, but it's the heavyweight division. Nobody can hang on to that belt. Stipe was actually the GOAT of that, having 3 title defenses, the most in UFC heavyweight championship history. On Saturday, this is Roman Dolidze's 3rd fight this year, and it's also Kevin Holland's 3rd fight this year. Kevin Holland was victorious over Mihailo Oleksiejczuk, and before that, he lost to Michael Venom Page. Roman Dolidze beat Anthony Smith. Prior to that, he lost to Nasruddin Imavov. Carlos Prates is probably going to be on the UFC 309 card. Randy Brown also says he has fight news coming soon, which makes some people think they're going to be paired up against each other. Prates' striking has looked ridiculous. He's won 10 in a row, and he has knockouts in all 10 of those fights, and he has 3 wins in the UFC this year in 6 months, knocking out Trevin Giles, then Charles Radke, then Li Jingliang. Former UFC fighter Mallory Martin fighting for the strawweight title in Octagon MMA December 10th in Frankfurt.
I will be in Hammond, Indiana, joining Ailin Perez for his APFC Fight Night Championships. We're 6th at Hammond, Indiana Event Center. Get your tickets soon. It's going to sell fast.
Umar will be doing a grappling match in Abu Dhabi, then the next day in Abu Dhabi attending UFC 308, which is headlined by Topuria versus Holloway. I was picking Topuria, but now that I think about it, I don't think he's going to stop Max Holloway, and if you don't stop Holloway, he's an absolute savage and a dog, and things get kind of crazy if you're fighting him in rounds 3, 4, and 5, so this could be one of the best title fights this year. In the co-main event, I think the first round goes to Hamzat, the second round is closer, and the last 3 go to Whitaker, 48-47 Whitaker. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. I may start doing a segment reading or featuring comments through Super Thanks, so if you want to leave one through there, you can too.